hip-hop fans everywhere are still in shock. Jim Jones, the legendary rapper from Harlem, was suddenly taken into custody in a surprising FBI sting operation. The whole thing blew up online after a leaked video surfaced, one that no one saw coming. The footage allegedly shows Jim involved in some serious secret dealings, and now people are wondering if this could end his career for good. Social media is going wild. Clips from the arrest are spreading fast, and everyone is asking the same questions. What was Jim really up to? Who leaked the footage? And why did the FBI act so quickly? This isn't just some minor legal issue. It's turning into one of the biggest scandals hip-hop has seen in years. The charges could land Jim behind bars for a long time. Sources close to the situation say this was not some last-minute move by the authorities. It was a carefully planned operation that took months to pull off. Undercover agents had been watching Jim for a while. Now, people are wondering, was he really guilty, or did someone set him up? Celebrities and fellow artists are already reacting. Some are speaking out in support, while others are staying silent, trying not to get involved in the mess. Either way, the music industry is on edge, and things are getting crazier by the hour. Jim Jones has always had a strong presence, not just in music but in business too. He built a name for himself as a smart, streetwise figure who knew how to succeed in both worlds. But this situation is different. This time, it's not about a feud with another rapper or some rumor on Instagram. It's the federal government, and they're not playing around. The news of his arrest hit the internet. Like an explosion. Fans couldn't believe it. This wasn't about a small-time mistake. The charges are serious. The FBI is accusing Jim of being involved in financial crimes, conspiracy, and underground dealings. If found guilty, he could face years behind bars. Rumors had been floating around for months about Jim being part of a secret business venture. Friends noticed he had been acting differently. He was keeping things quiet, meeting with people no one recognized, and staying off the radar. Then came the video. No one expected it to leak. It showed Jim speaking with individuals reportedly under FBI surveillance. It looked like it was filmed backstage at an upscale club in New York. These weren't artists or music producers. These were people allegedly tied to illegal networks. Even though the sound wasn't clear, a few words stood out. They talked, in code, mentioned moving money, and referred to some kind of private deal. At first, fans didn't want to believe it. Jim had always played it smart. Why would he risk everything like this? But law enforcement later confirmed that the footage was real. They said it was a key part of an investigation where Jim wasn't just a bystander. He was one of the main targets. The FBI had been building a case for a while. They had wiretaps, surveillance, and even informants, people close to Jim who had flipped and were secretly providing evidence. The investigation was said to involve a major network suspected of money laundering and illegal business activities. Some of the people Jim met with were already being watched by the feds. The video that leaked was the final piece they needed. On the night of the arrest, Jim thought he was just heading to another exclusive party. He had just finished a private event at a luxury lounge. Everything seemed normal, until it wasn't. According to witnesses, black SUVs were parked outside the club hours before he arrived. These weren't regular police officers. They were trained federal agents waiting for the perfect moment. As Jim stepped out into the night, everything changed. Sirens blasted, lights flashed, and agents rushed in. They blocked the exits and moved in fast. Before he could even react, Jim was pushed against a vehicle, handcuffed, and taken down. His security tried to protect him, but there was nothing they could do. This was a federal mission, and there was no way out. People nearby were stunned. Some started filming with their phones, capturing the whole scene as it unfolded. Within minutes, videos of Jim's arrest were all over the internet. Fans were shocked and heartbroken. Some thought he had been set up, others weren't so sure. As the chaos unfolded, One bystander claimed to hear Jim's last words before he was taken away. "Yo, this is wild. Y'all really doing this out?" "Here? I ain't saying nothing." Then the car door slammed shut, and he was gone. Inside that black SUV, Jim sat in silence. His wrists were bound, the cold metal cuffs cutting into his skin. The weight of the situation began to hit him. This wasn't a rumor. This wasn't something he could fix with a phone call. This was real, and it was serious. As the vehicle drove off, the city lights faded behind him. Jim's mind raced. Where did it all go wrong? He had always been careful. He never talked too much, never left a paper trail, and never trusted the wrong people. But somehow, something slipped. The world was watching, and he knew it. His arrest wasn't just a personal crisis, it was a public spectacle, and it was only the beginning. Jim Jones sat silently in the back of the black SUV, his hands tightly bound by cold metal cuffs. His phone was gone, but he didn't need it to know what was happening online. He could already picture it, his name trending everywhere, fans freaking out, hashtags multiplying by the second. His team was probably in full panic mode, trying to do damage control while the internet tore into every piece of footage from the arrest. But at that point, controlling the story might have been impossible. When the SUV pulled up to a high-security federal building, agents were already outside waiting. As the door swung open, they pulled Jim out. The once perfect designer jacket he wore was now wrinkled and dirty from the rough takedown. Flashing lights from nearby cameras caught every moment. Reporters yelled out questions, but Jim didn't say a word. He kept his head down and walked forward, surrounded by serious-looking agents who didn't flinch. Inside the cold, quiet building, he was led through narrow halls. Every step echoed. He didn't ask any questions. He didn't beg or explain. He just moved forward, knowing this situation was far beyond his control. Outside, the internet was on fire. Fans, critics, and bloggers were all scrambling to figure out what really happened. Was Jim caught up in something bigger than he realized? Was he guilty, or had someone set him up? No one knew for sure, but people couldn't stop talking. Some defended him, while others believed the worst. What had started as a regular night quickly turned into something out of a movie. And now, Jim Jones, once a respected icon of Harlem, was at the center of a scandal that could destroy everything he built. And the worst part? This was just the beginning.